There's one book I've written that I always knew it was a hard sell because it's kind of a literature book, and I have pivoted more to this Bert Mars adventure stories, which I take some of my literature instincts and put it into that in an adventure tale. But there's one book I wish people that I had written that I wish people would recognize or well, it's this. It's There are still unknown places, and this book I started writing it in 1997. It came out in 2022. I worked on it for 25 years. Of course, I did work on a couple other writing projects in there, but this is essentially a quarter century project for me. And it's a literary work about a time and place. It's a tone poem about people and life and our lives here among within epic history. And the thing that brought this to mind, now see, I'm in a big campaign now. I'm promoting Edge of the Golden Moon. It's on sale at Asia Books and on Amazon. But this book came to mind because now, if you don't know, there's this thing called AI that plagiarizes everything. So if you're a person who's written any book and they can find your email address, which they can for me, you get these marketing or sales emails that they've instructed AI to take all your information and put it in the email so it seems like the email is personalized to you. Of course, AI is not really useful for much. It turns out a bunch of gibberish, but it puts all this information about me that's available online into the email. So in that email, I was just like, oh no, another one of these. But there was a quote in there about this book that I had never heard before. That was in the email that it referenced, and I looked it up, and it was just from a review that points to another review that I had never heard before. So it says, this is from BookTrib. They wrote a review, but then this was another sub review at some other point. And this is what it says. As E.M. Forster's classic tale of prejudice and misunderstanding, A Passage to India, is the consummate novel of that land, maybe someday There Are Still Unknown Places will take its place as the unmitigated literary anthem to Thailand. It's that good. That's what they said. So I was really thrilled to read that. And you know why? It's because you always intend when you do something to do it really well. And I intended A Passage to India was one of my inspirations, as was Orwell's Burmese Days. I wanted to make the quintessential novel of Thailand life, and that not only references Farangs, foreigners, people like me, but Thai people and the history and the culture and our lives within a world that's greater than any of our lives and will continue on after we're long gone. So, again, this is kind of tooting my own horn today. I'm bragging a bit, but I just wanted to share it with somebody. So thank you for listening. And I did. So this AI thing, when I did a search for this quote that was in the AI email, in Google, it returned this. It said, reviewers and readers have described my book, as the unmitigated literary anthem to Thailand because of its immersive, magnificent exploration of Thai life, culture, history, and terrain. Much like E.M. Forster's A Passage to India. The story follows blah, 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 blah. But again, that's what I wanted. That's what I set out to do. And you know, it's so difficult when you write a book and you start to get reviews on Amazon or elsewhere to get people to understand what you were up to, especially when you're writing something that's a little more literary, that's a little less story based or even character based, although characters are a big part of this. You know, modern readers, and especially ones who will leave reviews, just don't understand something, a book that isn't designed to be turned into a movie. You know, that isn't some sort of a tale or a story with a trite character arc. So I don't know. What did I want to say? I was 26 years, and I don't know, and this has been successful. I mean, even at Asia Books, I think they sell like 3 to 5 copies of this book every month, and I haven't advertised it for years. You know, I wonder. It's a weird thing. The people who there's some people who are just walking around and they walk into Asia Books, and this isn't on a display. This is somewhere buried in the back. People are pick this out to read. So I so appreciate that. I'm so grateful for that, and I wish more people would read it and appreciate it because it's a certainly because the time it took to write it, and when you read it, you'll see it's a crafted book. There's poetry, philosophy, there's the grand, there's the crude, all of it together in here. I worked a lot on it, and it took a big chunk of my life. So it's always going to be close to me. This is my magnum opus, and if an adventure with Bert Mars doesn't seem to be your cup of tea, take a look at this. You know, if you're a woman and if you think a scraggly guy like me can't write anything that might appeal to different sensibilities, please take a look at this and read this. If you like literature, if you like Orwell, if you like Paul Bowles, The Sheltering Sky, if you like Passage to India, if you've been wondering when Thailand will get its unmitigated literary anthem, I've tried to write that. So anyway, I just thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I know I'm tooting my horn today, but just please take a look. There's an ebook on Amazon. There's I think a hardback. I don't, on Amazon. I think they even have a hardback and a paperback. I'm not sure, but I believe Asia Books, if you want to just pick it up in the store, has both hardback and paperback. So anyway, I'm sure you enjoy it, and it is like nothing else. It's like no other book you've read on Thailand either. So anyway, just I'm grateful, and I hope more people could appreciate this. Thank you so much.